Testing one, two, three. Let's try this again.
You're on live now. Okay.
Excellent.
Hi guys.
That only took an hour. What's up, guys? Hello and welcome. Sorry it took us so long to get logged in here tonight. We finally figured out the technical difficulties. Had to click through 100 different things to get it right, but it's because the new camera, I really need to figure out a better setup for it. But other than that, we hope that you can hear us clearly. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is a very special
Day today.
It's
Happy Valentine's.
like Gabby always says. So
Happy Heart Days, guys.
we had a quiet but busy day. We sat in the house the entire day until the sun finally went down. And then we went out and spent some time with the family. So I'm wearing red and Julie's wearing pink and Gabby wore
pink, and blue, and red.
And Frankie wore.
She was wearing floral. Frankie was wearing white shirt and red pants.
With his cool
Crocs.
The Crocs that light up.
That looks like a car.
Yeah, they look like cars. So we had a lot of fun today. And we just wanted to come and share our day with you because not only is it a special day in terms of a holiday, of course,
it's very memorable and unforgettable day.
Because
3 years ago, I found out I was pregnant with our Gabi. So it was very unforgettable for me.
Okay.
February 14th.
Are you going to explain it? You're just going
to
tell them it was unforgettable? You're just going to.
That's it? I found out I was pregnant with Gabi.
That's the story?
And I'm still I'm telling them. So yeah, it changed our life for the better.
I was sitting home waiting on my wife to come back from work. At least I thought she was coming back from work. Okay, so
work.
Please tell the story after I start to tell the story. Go ahead and tell the story now. Go ahead.
3 years ago, it was Valentine, so he set up a whole day date, Valentine's date set up for both of us. So we had horseback riding in the morning. He was like, I didn't take a shower yet. And he was like, go get dressed. The grab is outside already. I was like, can I at least take a shower? He said, no. So that was early morning. And then, so we did horseback riding in Clark, El Caballo. And then after that, we had a romantic lunch date at Oasis. And then after that, he sent me to a spa. It was a surprise pamper time for me. And then around 4 p.m., he told me, can you please cook tonight? And go to grocery.
I knew that was going to come up because she literally told you 90% of her day was her. And then at the end, when it was just one more, like it's exhausting, can you do? That's the part that gets exaggerated a little bit. So what else happened that day? What else happened that was so important?
So if there's some people knows here Clark, SM Hypermarket Clark, there's a pharmacy at the entrance of hypermarket. So I saw that pharmacy and I was like, out of nowhere, I just suddenly thought on buying a pregnancy test. And then suddenly, it's just because I saw the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on my plan. So the moment I got home, I tried. I took the test and it came out. The moment I dropped the urine, it was positive already. So I was like, shaking, nervous, because I don't know what will be his reaction that time. You know, before I enter on his life, he was a bachelor. So I didn't really know what would be the reaction. So I was nervous. I thought he don't want to have a baby yet because it's really far from our plan. Because our plan is to be together, travel, get married, and have kids.
So what was my reaction?
He was happy naman. He was happy. He was, of course, nervous also because it will be both our first time to have a baby. So he hugged me. He can't believe it also because it was quick. We met January 11, and then I was pregnant at February 14 already. So it was quick. So, you know.
So what? So tell us some other stuff. What happened with your family? What did your family think?
So my family think that we've known each other for quite a long time because they don't believe that we just met a month ago. like from January 11 to February 14. So they think that I've known him already before that.
Why? Why did they think that?
I don't know because
Why would they
because
think
I was
that?
pregnant already.
Oh, maybe that was the reason. Maybe that's the reason that you got pregnant within a month
Yeah.
of meeting me. Maybe you should have taken some precautions or done some things that could have prevented getting pregnant literally the 2 weeks from the time that you met. I'm just saying, you know, we should have done some things. Huh?
I know.
What happened?
But
you know?
I think it was really meant to happen because she's the biggest, one of the biggest blessings we've ever received from up above.
So on Valentine's
Day,
after being catered to and pampered, and at the end asking for just a tad bit for myself, that's the part we're going to remember in totality, not the daughter being announced, not the horseback riding. We're concerned about that cooking at the end.
If I knew that I was pregnant already, I wouldn't take that horseback riding.
What does that mean?
Because it's not good.
You literally were just pregnant that day.
I
didn't. Horseback riding.
Yeah.
You think you have to stop doing everything from the day that you get pregnant?
Because if I know that I'm pregnant, I'm not gonna take horseback riding. It's dangerous, especially for first trimester.
You weren't even in the first trimester. You were in the first week.
2 weeks. I was 2 weeks pregnant. I was 2 weeks pregnant.
You
already.
were nearly.
Yeah, you know, because when I had my first scan, I was 1 month pregnant already. So it was 2 weeks.
And when was your first scan?
My first scan was around March. That was around March because I waited for another 2 weeks because that was my colleague's suggestion. It was an early pregnancy, so she told me to wait another 2 weeks until I will turn 1 month because we will hear the heartbeat already by that time. Okay. You know, so yeah.
So then 1 month later, it's official?
Yes. 1 month later, it was official that I was pregnant. I did 3 pregnancy tests. I did the blood to make sure it wasn't a false positive. So I gave him the best gift that he will remember for the rest of his life on Valentine's. Not flowers, not chocolates, but a baby.
Congratulations to me. And then so Gabby, of course.
Were you happy with my best gift ever on Valentine's?
Don't make me say these things online because then they can be traced back after the fact. Of course. I was ready. I was more than ready for some stability to settle down, to be, you know, just to find some roots. And then so with Gabby coming, it all, I mean, absolutely meant that I needed to figure out what came next before I just, you know, did it impulsively. I always had plans, but the thing was that the plans were never set in stone, never needed to be set in stone because they floated how I floated and I was floating.
Yeah. And he needed some direction.
Yeah. So with having her coming, I knew I had to settle down.
Every time we talk about it, because it really happened so fast. It was a whirlwind romance between us. We both agreed that it's really the time and it's really meant to happen that we're meant to be. So
Yeah.
and we both believe we don't need long period of time to get to know each other because we have lifetime to get to know while we're staying with each other under one roof. So we don't have a courting stage.
Well, my conspiracy theory is that modern dating has turned the courting phase into this long, drawn out over years and years and years. It truly shouldn't take you a year to know if you really want to be with someone, because people's true colors come out very quickly. Like, it doesn't take too long for people to finally say, hey, this is really me. I know I was putting on a show in the beginning, but now that we've been together for a couple months. So if you spend 3, 4, 5 years engaged, what's the point? What's the purpose? It's like you're playing the role, but you're not actually fulfilling the purpose. So to say you need 3, 4, 5 years no one does that. No one does that. In any other aspect in life, no one says, I'm gonna go buy a car, but I'm gonna spend years trying to figure out what car I want. And I don't mean to apply marriage or relationships to a vehicle, but it is still in a process. And in processes, the only process that most people drag out in life are relationships. And that's the one thing you probably shouldn't drag out.
Plus,
as long
as you work things out, you compromise.
Yeah.
Things will work.
And then once again, most people, especially in relationships, don't work out because they're not ready to compromise. They're not ready to compromise.
And they're not ready for responsibility.
They're not ready for responsibility.
Bigger responsibility.
Yep. You've got the ability to have children, but you're not ready for the responsibility of children. With great, what is the great power comes great responsibility.
It really is what's this courage. You need to have big courage. Is it right?
You said courage, yeah.
Yeah. To handle, especially us, handle 2 toddlers every day.
Yeah. Frankie and Gabby are handfuls. And they're not bad or disrespectful in any way, but they're toddlers. They're toddlers nonetheless, and they get into everything.
I'm thankful that they're behave and they're both nice baby. They're not like other babies where they're restless, they cannot stay in one place. And I'm lucky that they're not like that. They know when you said no. So
and it's probably also because they know daddy will
he's a good disciplinarian.
I don't play too long with them.
I'm always the soft-hearted mom.
But that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, balance.
You have to have the balance. I can't be both.
He's more disciplinarian, but at the same time he's soft also.
I can't be both. You can't be both. It doesn't work that way.
So we are balanced.
Yeah.
Check and balance.
I think we got lucky because we both were just right place at the right time. Yeah. And then so even with finding out that Gabby was on her way on Valentine's Day, even past being nervous and excited, like I said, I was just ready, but not just mentally ready.
We were both ready.
Yeah.
Before I met him, I was at the point of my life where I prayed every day, please, Lord.
Yeah. And
if it's for me, please send him already. And I want to have a baby already.
And it had to be
because my goal is to have a baby at 25 years old. But I was 27 years old when I met him. So I was like, please, Lord, send him if it's meant to happen.
Was it 27?
I was 27.
29.
I was 27 when we met. I'm only 30 years old, my love.
But you had Gabby at 30.
No, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I turned 28 July 2023.
Yeah, I'm moving too fast. Okay, so, but and even with me, shout out to Dez, you know, because New Year's I kind of wished upon a star, a fallen star, and told him that I hope that I have a relationship very similar to his. And so Dez being the best man at our wedding, very good family friends, and looking forward to seeing them again here soon. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where I think we were both ready. We really were. And so we got lucky. What else, love? Okay, we were talking about.
And then today also what happened today on Valentine's Day.
Yes. Okay.
So we went to, as you all know, we're staying in Krabi and Aonang Beach. So we went to Landmark Night Market. We were supposed to watch concert band, but we have 2 kids and they're ready to go to sleep.
Frankie and Gabby are just like, that's enough.
Plus, because they're not really going out, or we don't really go out often, they're kind of overwhelmed with lots of people, and they're kind of, you know.
No, that's not it. We go out a lot more often than you give us credit for. But they're not used to a lot of people. But because it's our children, yes, that's really what it is. They get overwhelmed from the overall environment. Is really what it is. So even though Gabby has gotten much better with dealing with people outside, it's still difficult for Frankie.
She was like, "Hi,
yeah,
hello."
It's still a little bit difficult for Frankie to deal with. He gets overwhelmed, and I know that they get to a point where they're both ready to go. So what's up, guys? Thank you for being with us tonight. Hello and welcome. We're hanging out tonight talking about our February 14th Valentine's Day and what we did.
Happy Heart Days, guys.
What's up, guys? Good to see you. And then we're also talking about our year-long. We've been here for a year in Krabi. Yeah. So officially, we got here February 9.
February 9, we arrived here.
Yep.
And then this house was our fourth house, but this is our official home. So we're lucky.
Is that Viet? Is that Viet? What up, Viet? What up, bro?
Yeah.
What up? He was asking me before. No, I don't think it was Viet that was asking because Viet knows. I think Carlos was asking me about the visas out here. But I tell you, we're getting ready to go back to the Philippines here in the next couple months because our year-long visa will be expired. And you know, after being here for a year, we had to really evaluate if it was worth being out here, and right now it's just not. We came out here and we accomplished a lot, but the visa wise, it's just a bit too expensive to continue to stay out here when we could be back in the Philippines doing a bit more. So we're gonna head out here in July, back to the fields. Looking forward to seeing you guys. If you're in the fields, let us know where you're from. Where are you guys at right now? Are you in the States? Are you in the Philippines?
How did you celebrate Valentine's?
Yeah, what you guys do today? Well, if you're in the States, your Valentine's has just started. So let us know what you plan on doing today. You guys gonna go horseback riding?
We were just talking about ours 3 years ago. Because
we went horseback riding?
Yeah, we went horseback
riding. She thought that I booked the horseback riding for just me.
Are you buying land in PI? Well,
yes.
Yes,
Yes, we will be.
We will be
buying land
in the Philippines.
Julie's sister already owns land in the Philippines. And we plan on following that same path of buying some land. In the process for that. That's what's up. Where are you guys purchasing? Where are you buying your land?
Where in the Philippines are you staying?
Yeah, where are we buying our land?
So either, of course, in my province, in Pampanga, or we are looking somewhere. Where Pampanga? I'm from Mexico, Pampanga. But we stayed in Angeles for a year.
Yeah.
We are thinking. I see.
We're thinking about Pampanga. Yeah. I'm very fed up and tired with Angeles.
Yeah. So
the traffic there is just. It is Viet. Oh, that's what's up, Viet. What's up, bro? I thought it was. What's up, man? Good to see you.
So we're thinking maybe around Arayat or Magalang, because at least there it's not like Angeles.
Yeah.
So there's a mountain also. So mountain view.
Plus, Viet, if you were just there, that's what's up. If you know me at all, Viet, you know that I'm an avid gardener, and I need some space to be able to grow my crops.
My sister she bought land in Arayat. So I'm also looking maybe somewhere.
Are you going to finally settle in the Philippines for good? Because I know you guys before were, or I know you were in the States, but are you going to officially retire in the Philippines?
For good.
I tell you, we're going to be there for at least the next 3 or 4 years to establish, not just buying the land, but building on the land as well. But the ultimate goal is to come back to the States and purchase land and build up in the States as well. So we want to buy a house in PI just for, And this house here in Thailand is that purpose, is that reason. For vacation. And we just can't deal with Pampanga anymore. We can run here real quick, spend a couple of days out here, whatever the case. And then, for Filipinos have the option of going to Spain.
Yeah.
And spending some time in Spain. And Julie is going to look into maybe getting her citizenship in Spain.
After 2 years of staying in Spain, me as Filipino, I can have Spain citizenship.
Which means she can purchase land in Spain. So we're gonna try to go rinse and repeat this in a couple different places. Not just the Philippines, but maybe Mexico, maybe Panama. I know you made a couple runs down to Brazil and just trying to figure out where else we don't want to be in the US. Yeah, man. I know my goal of coming back to the States and getting this done is because I do want my children to have some type of stateside experience. I don't want it to just be an Eastern experience, but the option and ability to purchase land and build a home, not just a home, but like maybe a quad in the States and make money from that passive income is the ultimate goal. So I know you got businesses and land in the States. I'm kind of catching up late, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I didn't find my purpose until Gabi came February 14th, 2023 is when I truly found my purpose. Otherwise, I was just kind of floating through, man. So we don't want to be in the US only good for making money. Yeah, and that's the goal. That's really what I need to do is go back and start to really make some money passively, so plant some money trees, like Kendrick would say, so we can have that funnel into the other things that we do outside of the States. So, but cost of living is too high, but I tell people that all the time, bro, is that, with my income from the VA, from the military, 50% of my income was already going out just for rent. It wasn't anything else. Rent alone was 50% of my income with the VA. So coming over here was one of the best decisions we could have made. Did you build or buy a house in time? Yeah, this is it. The house we're in right now. Yeah, this is it right here. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath is the house that we're in right now. We are finishing those renovations. I don't know if you can just see the stuff behind us and the wall. We're gonna finish doing some of the things in here.
Small gym.
Yeah, a little small gym in the house, and then we're gonna. Yeah, man. Yeah, it didn't take. Well, this is Thai. You know what I mean? There's no credit reports. You don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. We found someone out here that was willing to work with us the way we were looking to work. We got it within the budget that I was looking for.
Just 4 months. They built it 4 months.
Yep. And so this place is a bit of a cookie cutter. You know how in the States they're just kind of throwing houses up within in like 6-7 month span. Very set in you can only have a certain handful of choices within the options of the building the house. But it was so quick in build. It was here in like 4 or 5 months.
And they're building more.
And they're building at least 50 more out back from us, man. So they got a ton of them out here. The owner that we're working with, we signed a contract with her for 3 years for the lease. So it is I guess like a summer home, a vacation home, almost like a timeshare. But like I said, 50% of my income in the States was just for my rent. We're not talking about the vehicle, the insurance, everything else that was going on, just the rent. And out here, I pay about $1,700 US for all of those things wrapped up into one. All those things. And then so, we get to save so much more. We get to get involved in so many more things because of it as well. So
for rent or for yourself.
Yeah, so we're gonna rent it out while we're not here, of course. We're definitely gonna rent it out while we're not here.
Make money as well.
Yeah, well, we'll not just make money.
Just to cover for the rent.
That's what it is. When we're not here, we
cover
just
our
want people to
rent.
rent, just to cover the rent while we're not here. And when we come back, it's all good. If someone rents it,
Good.
then
If
great.
not,
If they don't, like I said, it is what it is, because for one house, one vehicle in the States, we're able to rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 7-seater vehicle, along with going back to the Philippines, having a vehicle there, and buying and building on that land there as well. There's no way I could have done this in the States. No way I could have gotten this done in the States. Do you think about a business in Pampanga? Julie, my wife,
well, I have
already has.
I have my son
She already-
store.
No, don't do that to yourself.
I
What
have,
do you have?
I have Julie Pies and treats.
Here
Healthy
we
meals
go.
and treats.
My wife bakes
Bake bread.
healthy meals and treats. She has a business that is registered,
And I have
and
to
she-
renew it.
and she had, when we go back, we have,
I
but
have
she
to
has a real
renew it.
business. So
But
not
it's
just
a real business.
not just from the meals that she has, but like she said, she does have the sorry
I have a
store
store.
as well, and it's
Yeah.
she got a little space in it, and she's selling a couple things out of it, not just the
And
regular.
maybe soon,
chips and
maybe
dip, you
I'm
know?
also trying maybe laundry shop. So
When we go back-
we're thinking about it.
When we go back, the idea is maybe catching up with you, Viet. Viet has the beauty. He does. His wife has a beauty
beauty.
supply. It's a beauty supply. It's I don't know what you call it, a spa. Don't let me water down your business name or your business idea.
Massage spa.
Yeah, but we're gonna go back to the Philippines and work on
I have a
business plan for you. That's what's up.
Oh, nails.
Yeah,
Oh,
nails.
okay.
Yep. And
I
then-
used to do nails.
Yep. And then so we're hoping that the combination of Julie's business with what I consider the big three, which is housing, transportation, and food.
Food.
We've already taken care of the housing and transportation in Thailand and the Philippines. We're gonna go back and take care of that in the States as well. And then hopefully in the future with Julie and her food and her meals, she'll be able to take care of the food on both ends as
I'm
well.
also, once back to the Philippines, I'm going to study baking and pastry because I want to learn more.
As a side
As a
thing.
side.
But what's your main goal?
My main goal is to study nursing.
We're going back to school for
We're
nursing.
going back to school for nursing.
Oh.
We applied for chapter 35, but it's not finalized.
Oh,
yet.
Via's not a.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, she's gonna go back to school so we can really work on her nursing degree. So
Nursing
maybe we
degree.
can work on a traveling nurse,
Mm.
having a traveling nurse option so that we're not stuck in one place. And I know there's a lot of us, be it 40, 45, 47. A lot of us are just having kids. I know you had your kids a little bit ago. Rome just had his. Dance just had there's a handful of us out there that need that assistance. So I know as a nurse for my wife to work with Joko, sure did. Nitty too. Nitty's kids are still pretty young too. They're not that young, but young enough. But to be able to have a nurse with American connections, the way we want to have our type of nursing handled, and not just the nursing that's been kind of given out in the Philippines, to have more of a hands-on white glove experience. So we're working on some things, but yeah, holla at me, bro, because always looking for new business ventures. And I know as a businessman, you really get it in, bro. I don't know if you heard about Dez. He's giving up the bar in AC. Yeah, man. So
But
you're looking
he
at
has another one. He has a call center.
yeah, he's getting into the call center.
No, yeah.
He's getting into the call
Call
center
center.
business. You know, that's
That's
very
another
sustainable without, it's more passive at the end.
Yeah.
Once you get it set up and you get your systems
Mhm.
in place,
Mhm.
that becomes passive, because as long as you've got people that you trust, they can always handle them. Yeah, no, I'm done with, I was just messing with you, bro. Yeah, I know we're done with that. You know, that, and in general, man, that's just too much of a struggle. That's not good money. And it's
Hotels
my
are
opinion.
bad now, too.
Yep, hotels. Yeah, and but that's also because there's so much competition out there with hotels. People just have so many more options, from Airbnb, to even couch surfing, if that's what the case is. So yeah, how hotel business is just Not enough travelers. It's still pretty expensive. It's still pretty expensive to travel.
Like, I don't know, the Lewis Grand Hotel, they renamed it
Now, yeah, Lewis Grand is now Madison.
Madison.
Madison something hotel.
But if you
So
build
bought it.
here, if you build hotel or at least villa here during high season,
But you got to, that's the ebb and flow of this high season. Yeah, no customers. That's the problem with the hotels is that it's
in
something
Angeles-
when it's high, it's high.
Yeah,
But
right.
when it's
Low,
low, it's
low.
a deep Mariana Trench type low. And you got to,
That's our
Hope that you
plan.
make
During low
enough.
season, we will be here. During high season, we'll be in the Philippines.
yeah. You know, why not? And why not be able to bounce back and forth in between on spots? I
Yeah.
heard it's too expensive. You know, I had 3 rooms occupied. You know what, man, Lewis Grand, that spot was always so too far down away from anything that could be happening. You got to get a grab, a trike. You try walking from there, that's a hike, man. So, you know, it's just, you got to want to be at the Lewis Grand to be at the Lewis Grand. Otherwise, there's nothing there. You know, even those perimeter bars are old news now. So, you know, why would you even want to be in Lewis Grand unless you really like, hey, I got to be at Lewis Grand. And even before, Lewis is kind of the pool because everybody knew who Lewis was. So, you know, you can't have one of something. You got to have at least 2, especially with hotels. Atmosphere, price, or, you know, exclusivity and something, but you can't just have a hotel because nobody just cares about your hotel. So, yep. And then I wouldn't doubt that they're not going to have a good time getting people in that hotel, man. You know, it's going to be hard, especially since Angeles City is not anywhere near what it used to be.
Mostly travelers now, they're going to Clark because Clark's better.
It's
than-
much better, yeah. Most of those people are going to be in Clark.
Yeah.
You're really there for not just a mongering vacation, but you're really there for business,
Yeah.
family.
They
You're there for
prepare
things
Clark.
that, yeah, for Clark as opposed to Red Street. It's what they call it now. Still
It's
AKA
not
Walking Street. Yeah, it's still Walking Street. So I hope that they get it together, man. Angela's got to bring something else in because you can't rely on that one industry forever, man. Especially not in 2026 where people are seeing that red light district stuff as being a very, very bad.
Voila,
very
Angeles is
bad
almost dead.
Yeah.
It looks dead now.
Yeah, Angeles is very dead. And you know, it really, even being dead from a standpoint of people's morality,
Yeah.
but Angeles just went downhill a long time ago. Whereas before, the bar owners were kind of
Yes,
serious about that
because you
stuff.
know why? Because mostly Koreans occupied
There
it
we go.
also.
Yeah, when Americans were there, we were serious about it because we like our white glove service.
Yeah.
The rest of the groups that come in kind of just like, they're happy. They're simps. They're simps. They're just kind of happy to be in presence of the opposite sex. So they allow for a lot of things that most of us wouldn't allow for, like being on their phones all the time or not really calling or not really caring. So the parties that went down before, not even close to being the same. And Angela's just got to do something else. Angela's got to be something else because it's not what it was anymore. It's just not made for parties. It's really not. I hope that it does come back though, because I really want to be out in Clark. Clark is the goal.
Yeah.
It really is. Smartphone. Yep. Smartphone. They did. I'm being honest with you. You walk into a bar and the people that are supposed to cater to you are on their phone. And I tell you, that is the worst feeling to walk in and have someone ignore you. Ignore you on their phone. Like there's nowhere you can walk into a library. It doesn't matter where you walk into.
Unlike before, they're called
Jollibee. You walk into Jollibee and someone's on their phone. You're like, what the? You know what I mean? I'm not. Come on, bro. So yeah, I mean, I realized it was that industry, but you go there to feel wanted, important, special. And if you don't feel that way,
you will leave.
Yeah. That was the whole point. And they meet people on there. Don't need to. Yep. The phone was the whole purpose. Was why would I sit and wait for the bar and then I gotta share money with the bar when I could just go get it in on my own? Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if I go out and sneak out? So a lot of that stuff was just built for failure. It was made to fail, and it's showing. It's really showing now.
Look at Vice Ganda's club. Remember Eureka?
Yeah. Not even just Eureka. That other one that went on.
Mega
Dance?
No,
not Mega Dance. That
one
one that was even further down from Lewis Green.
Yeah.
Next to
I for
Clarkston. next to Clarkston, that one that they built, and then
Oh yeah,
2 weeks later it was already closed.
The Korean owner.
They build these places for tax. You know how it goes. I don't want to say words on here because I don't know where we get in trouble or not, but they do it to avoid taxes. And then, all of a sudden the money flows through for something that's not really getting any love. So, Angeles is becoming just what it is, and I hope that it comes back because I do want to be out in Clark, but I don't want to be around that industry.
In Pattaya, no, it's still because there's, aside from those bars, there's another tourist attraction.
Yeah, it's even
tourists can go.
But see, and so this is the difference though, and really quickly, because I don't want to keep talking about Angeles City and the bars.
Exactly.
The difference between, and I try to say it all the time, I love Filipinos. But Filipinos allow for too many people to come in and influence them. Chinese, Koreans, everybody comes in, Americans comes in and gives so much influence, and then the Filipinos just kind of sit back and let it happen. Here in Thailand, there's a reason why Thailand has never been conquered by any type of European, because they don't play that. They don't play it. Yeah, they don't play it. It's a constant Game of Thrones going on with their own people, let alone that you come in and take over and influence. So you can go down on soy 6. Soy 6 is today what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's the exact same situation. So it's going to be one of those things where once the Philippines finally finds its own identity,
we don't have our own identity.
I think that it'll be much better off. Yeah. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. When the Philippines finds its identity, it'll be fine. And I think that's going to be with the coming generation. I do. I think that's going to be with this new generation of Americans who truly want to be there, not just for the partying, our second childhood type situation, but people who really want to be retired with their families and find some peace, and be able to have their money last. And I hope that, like, with the transportation issues that they're fixing, the medical that's starting to come up, medical cities there now, that whole little spot, but that's what it's going to be. Yeah. You have to push out the people that can't afford it. Yeah. I know it hurts to hear, but if you want things to get better, you have to make progress happen. Progress has to happen. You can't sit still.
It's all about money.
But see, the problem is that people allow for money to only go up. Yeah. You can't allow money to only go up. Philippines, what's the biggest export in the Philippines? What's the biggest export in the Philippines?
Oil.
No.
What?
Nurses.
Oh.
Filipino nurses. Filipino nurses are the biggest export in the Philippines. That's because the second anyone there gets any education or money, they leave. The second they get a chance, they get education or money, they're deuces. They don't leave the money there. So what happens is the second you get one of those two things, you leave. The rest of what does that leave the rest of the people?
The problem is they don't get paid
the way. But if those people who could actually affect change stayed, but they don't because there's too much corruption. There's just too much overall corruption. So once the country finally figures that out, and I think they will.
And
I think they will. I think this new generation is going to make things happen. You know why I say that too? Because the States was almost the exact same way. They got to build it to cater to the tourists. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They've got to fast forward, to push forward these things. I'll give you one big example of what their biggest issue is. Tuk-tuks. I'm sorry. Jeepneys. They're loud.
Right.
They're dirty. They're inefficient. No tourist wants to ride on those things other than for nostalgia. That works for all the Filipinos that are still there, but no foreigner really wants to ride on those things. They're hot. But you come to Thailand, it's not like those tuk-tuks are state of the art, but they're at least more convenient than jeepneys. And that's what I'm trying to say is that you got to force these things to happen. Otherwise, you're never going to get people to move forward. And so until the Philippines says, yo, listen, you guys got to come out of the dark ages and make this stuff happen. It won't happen. Got to get it built.
The first thing they need to clean is our government first.
That's where it starts. It's got to be education.
If we want a better future for Philippines, they need to clean our government.
You can't have people scared to come. Absolutely. You can't have people scared to come to the Philippines. And I don't feel safe walking around the Philippines at night. I feel safe walking around Thailand at night. And I'm not saying that that's everywhere because Thailand is very high on the list.
Yeah, especially if you're a foreigner, they will ask you more than that.
See, there we go. You're going to get nickel and dime everywhere you go. That's the difference with Philippines is that they're going to nickel and dime you. I'll give you an example. When I got off the plane
Yeah, they asked
after
for 6K.
coming back from the States for the first time after COVID,
Yeah.
the driver from the airport told me it cost 5,000 pesos to take me 20 minutes from the hotel. And of course, me being so tired, man, I just got off a 20-hour flight. Getting out of the airport, if you've ever been through MNL, you know it is HELL. If you've ever been through MNL airport, you know it is HELL, coming and going. So when I left, I was just so tired. I didn't care no more. He could have said 10K. I'd have said, bro, take me to my hotel, man. But these are the little things that I talk about is that the Philippines got to stop. You got to stop shooting yourself in the foot, Philippines. People don't want to come back when you're foreigners, man. I understand we come through, we tear up stuff too. But a lot of us aren't that type of person. But you guys leave a lot of soreness, sour taste in the mouth.
We're last year, tourists are low coming to the Philippines, unlike Vietnam.
Infrastructure is pretty bad there. So these are all the things that I say. I hope in the next couple of years.
Oh yeah, internet is a huge problem.
They'll fix it. They'll figure it out.
Every time.
They'll figure it out. But I tell you, Clark, we didn't have these problems with Clark. I don't think we've ever had these problems with Clark, have we?
Angeles, even we were in Diamond.
The transportation was fine.
Yeah.
Not Diamond. I'm talking about when we go out to Clark. We never seem to have
problems
out in Clark. The Wi-Fi works.
Yeah.
Traffic's fine. There's no jeepneys out there. People are nickel and diming you.
Because Clark is different.
Out there.
Clark, they have their own policy.
There we go.
They're kind of strict. They're like American.
Yeah, because they cater to us.
Yeah.
They'll get there. It'll eventually branch out. It'll eventually seep out.
That's why we're looking Clark also.
It'll eventually seep out. It'll get there. So hopefully, man, when we get back to the fields, we'll get back to civilization too. Hopefully, it won't be so rural like we were in Mexico. Yeah, but
Mexico is it's also overcrowded now.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, guys. We did. Any ideas where we should go?
Because we're looking for. He said.
Yeah. Any idea? Well, we were talking about what?
But also, I'm looking. Yeah, we're looking also in Cavite, Tagaytay. So because I have a friend there, and they have a nice weather all year round. It's a tourist attraction, mountains.
Looks like here.
Nearby the beach.
Krabi.
Yeah, there's a beach also in Batangas, which is like an hour away. So we're also considering Cavite, Alfonso Cavite or Silang, or yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that there's other places in the Philippines that don't match Angeles. You know, there's other good places that don't look like what it looks like. But I spend so much time in one or two places. Sometimes my bias kind of flows over into the entire place. But I know for a fact that there are places out there in the Philippines that don't resemble. Dumaguete? Yeah.
Dumaguete, that's way too far. That's like Cebu.
Oh, okay. What about we were talking about San Fernando.
San Fernando is also like flooding. So yeah. So I think especially for our kids, we're looking around like I said, Tagaytay, Cavite, or maybe Arayat. If we're in Pampanga, Arayat or Magalang.
We're gonna have to really figure out where the other expats
Yeah.
are as well, because we want upgraded schools, we want better internet service, better roads and infrastructure too. So we'll figure it out when we get out there. We'll be back, like I said, in July. We'll have some time to really sit down and focus in on where we want to be.
Or maybe Cebu.
It could be Cebu. I've been to Cebu, but not long enough. And I wouldn't mind, like I said, being close to the beach.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having the water right around the corner. We have it here. We don't go to the beach often
Batangas
here, but
also.
to have the option. I think we don't really go to the beach here more often just because it honestly is just not Philippines. If it was the Philippine beach, I bet we would go a lot more often. But here, because it's so touristy, it just becomes overwhelming. So when we do go out, we really have to prepare and plan.
Since we arrived here, we've been to the beach one time.
That's not true.
I mean,
we've been in No Patara walking out there almost every day for a while.
I'm talking about dipping on the water.
Oh, to get in the water. Oh,
Get
to get into the water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
no,
into
I'm
the
not getting in the
water.
water. I'm not. Yeah,
You don't trust the water.
I can't see the bottom of it. I'm not.
You don't trust the things that he can
I don't.
see.
If I can't see at the bottom, bro, I'm not getting into that water, man. And it's just one of those itis. What is it? The itis, the phobias. Not itis, but the phobias. Yeah. If I can't see the bottom of it.
We love it here. It's quiet. It's peaceful, and it's very convenient. It's just really
It's
our
silent.
problem. Our problem is just really the visa.
Yeah, the biggest problem so far is the
it
visa.
costs a lot, and it's
just not worth it right now. It's just not worth it with 2 toddlers and not having a secondary income, not really having a specific purpose for being here other than having the timeshare. There's really no reason for us to be here outside of the fact that we just enjoy the environment.
And like if we go back to the Philippines, he will have his 1-year visa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my 1 year back. My 1 year spousal visa.
He doesn't need to renew every 2 months.
Oh my goodness, having to go to the mall just to renew, to sit there for 5 hours and wait for them to take my money just to have him renew. Yeah, I'm looking forward to not having to do that very soon. So let us know, guys. Thank you for joining us. We can see we got some people here tonight. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Where did you go? Did you guys get any surprises like I did on my last Valentine's Day for my daughter? I got surprised with the baby girl.
3 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
My wife brought home the
because
baby girl.
2024, I surprised him again, but it's not Valentine's. I surprised him with another baby.
It was too early.
I was pregnant again. It was
before
around
February.
That was January.
Yeah, it was January. Before
I
February.
think that was end of January.
Frankie got here 11 months and 2 days, two weeks later.
I should have surprised him February 14 again, but
Back
I was so excited to tell him I was
I would have noticed by that point. A whole month later, I would have noticed by that point. Where the kids are sleeping. There's the bears are now asleep. And I'm so happy.
We train them to sleep on time.
Yeah, we go to sleep. We wake up at certain times. We go to sleep.
So they're trained. They're a good baby.
They are. They're very good children. Compared to the other kids that I see sometimes, I'm not judging anyone's kids, but some people allow their kids to just kind of freestyle. And I'm not for the freestyle.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not for freestyle.
They have limitations.
Yeah.
There's always a limitation.
Yes. You have to know that there's a limit to everything. Test it out.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with testing it out.
And it works.
I promise you there's gonna be a limitation. Just understand there's gonna be a ceiling. That's it.
Work.
Yeah, go find
it. It really works.
So with Gabby, she pushes the limit sometimes.
So the maximum time they can be up is 8 p.m. Yeah.
They get a little bit older, they can stay on there.
Until 9, curfew.
So that's the rules. And then, outside of Gabby and then Frankie coming and then us coming out here to Thailand, going back to the Philippines and then buying the land and everything too, going back to the States is gonna be huge because for me, I have not been back in 4 years. I left in 2022. And so I've got a lot of things that I need to do when I go back to the States, business-wise, personally. But Julie's never been, so hopefully we'll have.
Well, we applied for my CR1 visa, spousal visa.
We'll have our visa taken care of by the time we get back. So we'll be in the Phils until she gets her visa, and then we'll head on to the States, spend some time in the States.
But he needs to go back this year.
Yeah, I gotta go back for a couple.
He needs to go back for a
couple
couple months.
I gotta go back for a couple months. If it does not happen this year, I'm really hopeful that it will happen this year. If it does not happen this year simply because I can't deal with the weather, I'm not trying to be there from November, December, January, February. So if I don't make it back by July, it's definitely not happening. And I want to be in the Philippines for my kids' birthdays,
because their birthdays.
My wife is July. As well as mine. Frankie's is September. And Gabby is October. So I would be home from like July, August, and then really be turning around in 2 months. If I can get the things accomplished within those 2 months, it would be great, but I'm not gonna rush it. So if it happens this year, great. If it doesn't, we'll all probably come back together. I got my passport renewed out here. It'll be on its way, so I didn't have to go home for that. I thought I was gonna have to go home. Yeah, so just renew. It's just renewal. Americans is very easy for us to renew.
But in the
very easy.
Philippines, no way you can renew it online. You must, show up.
Mabuhay.
I don't know why it's that.
I know exactly why. There's 100 reasons to why, but
Let's
this
see
is
how
one of
much
those
do you
things.
guys spend on food a week? Oh, it's not a week. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we spend 4,000 baht.
Yeah, about 120, 130 US every 2 weeks.
But sometimes it lasts 3 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes it'll last a little bit longer. And I got a little fussy the other day because my wife spent about 3K, 4K on food, but sometimes, not bad. I know, right? Because you're thinking most of us spend about 300 every 2 weeks in the States, for just a handful of kids, not even 2 kids, just 1 kid, just yourself sometimes. So being able to go shop and buy all of our materials, everything we're looking for that amount, is a blessing. Eggs, milk, everything. The normal. We don't miss anything. I eat bacon, eggs, and pancakes in the mornings, hash browns.
Meat,
we eat
chicken,
pork, beef,
everything.
Salmon, we
fish.
eat fish. My wife is Filipino,
Shrimp,
she eats.
fish,
Yeah, so
vegetables, fruits, that's over.
All of it. We spent, I think, something as simple as like eggs. For what do we get? 2 dozen eggs, like 24
No,
eggs.
not just 2 dozen. That's like 30 pieces.
Is it 30
in one
pieces?
tray, yeah.
It's 30 pieces in one tray,
So that's
usually
like
for 200 baht, 250 baht. Or how
no
much?
150 baht.
150 baht.
For
So
30 pieces
about you're thinking about $3 or $4, $3 or $4 US dollars. It costs the 30.
No,
to
when
30.
we were in the Philippines, we shop at SNR and we always spend for 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we always spend 6,000 pesos.
About the same.
That's our budget in the
About the same.
Philippines, 6,000 pesos.
Yeah, and we
every
were
2
shopping,
weeks.
but we were always shopping at
SNR.
Landers, SNR,
Yeah.
So we spent way too much in places we probably didn't need to. But convenience-wise is because I
Not
like
a lot
my
of
American
people.
products, so they're gonna have the American products that we're looking for. It's just much more convenient to shop there.
Plus, it's not too crowded.
And you can buy everything all at once in bulk.
Yeah.
You don't have to come back for the month. Just get it all done and be done once, maybe twice in the month. So but out here in Thai though, I would say that in the States, of course, that one to one, $1 even though it's not really $1 due to inflation. But of course here in Thai, it's like 3 to 1. And then in the Philippines, it's like 5 to 1, sometimes 6 to 1. So depending on exactly.
That's cheap.
Yeah, of course, because compared to the States, eggs for a dozen eggs will cost $5 US for a dozen eggs. Inflation is just insane in the States right now. And
so that's
most people are just struggling.
How much is that?
Yeah.
Pesos?
No, it's about like 250 baht.
250 baht.
Yeah, 250 baht for
I'm
just
talking
12.
pesos for 12 dozen.
Oh, about like 300,
Yeah,
350 pesos
Yeah.
for 12 eggs.
That's
Yeah.
expensive.
You're paying 600 pesos for 24 eggs.
24.
Very expensive. Very expensive. And even depending on where you are in the States, depending on what state, it's even more expensive depending on what state.
Cali is
Cali's
expensive.
way more expensive than that.
Cost of it.
Cali's way more expensive than that. So in New York, way more expensive than that. Yeah, I tell you something, Hawaii, all these places, stupid expensive just because it's the States. And, people are so okay with inflation. Everybody's just struggling to work. No one has the time to be upset at these things. And it's unfortunate because the more you struggle to survive, the less time you actually have to thrive. And I hope the States eventually gets to a point where we're tired of struggling. We're tired of eating those struggle sandwiches every day. We could talk about the Philippines and how, the infrastructure and things are difficult there. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, the States and the consumerism, the keeping up with the Joneses, the sheer amount of money we spend on a daily basis for things that don't cost a third of what they cost the rest of the world. We got our own issues too. And they're usually expensive. They're usually very, very expensive. So unfortunately, it's something like, even like I said, my insurance for my vehicles, I was spending somewhere close to like $300 a month on just $15K a month on just insurance.
Insurance in the US. But here and in the Philippines, you only pay one time, and that's good for 1 year. In the Philippines, I paid our insurance, car insurance, because it's my second time. At first, I paid around 18K, and now it's 16.5, 16.6.
It was a discount, huh?
Yeah. The more you what's that?
Drive with no problems, no accidents.
No, not just that. If you renew every year, they
I'll give you a bit of a discount.
Yeah.
Oh, so and just the things that we pay for in the States that the rest of the world is not accustomed to paying for, man. Especially my biggest thing is credit in the US and understanding that, it's hard to do anything without credit in the States as opposed to here. We bought this place. We're leasing this place with a 3-year lease. But it only costs 50,000 baht, basically about what, 1,700 US as
But
a
that's
down payment to get in.
That's 50,000 baht rent. That's included the vehicle.
No, the vehicle was outside of that. The vehicle was 10K for that deposit. But we worked with her. We worked with the owner to do these things because, once again, what would she rather have? Guaranteed income every month, from us, as opposed to having to search for it for the next 3 years at that rate, or having to continue that up and down that you got to deal with the high season, low season. So I'm sure it was an easy choice for her to allow for us to come in at such a low price point to get these things done. At least for me, it was a low price point because, once again, in the States, it would have been much more expensive. And buying land or buying a home out here to be built, millions. So completely different scenario.
And then you have to pay mortgage in the US.
Yep, all those things wrapped up in one. So, let's see, because it's 9:51, guys. I'm be honest, I'm
We're kind of tired because
It was a good day.
we went to Landmark Night Market. And
we
just
walked around.
because it's high season, just going home is lots of traffic.
Lots of traffic trying to push through and get home, and now we're
Aonang beach is very busy.
yes. So
It's very busy.
tonight is Saturday night for us. Saturday morning in the States. We'll try to maybe, I think, do this again for the States, but more at night and then the daytime here. So that it's not so nighttime here, it is the opposite in the States. So thanks, Via, for hanging out with us, man. We're gonna head out, and for everyone else that's been here tonight, thank you for being with us. We hope to see you again here very soon.
Happy Valentine's again.
Happy Valentine's to all of the Valentines hearts out there.
What's that Asian travel?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Asian travel Asian man? Good to have you guys. Like I said, we're going to try to make this a bit more regular. I enjoy having these. We had questions I wanted to ask my wife for Valentine's Day, but we'll try maybe doing the trivia night next week because I've got questions that I want to ask.
You ask now while we're still on.
No, my butt hurts.
Someone's listening.
Okay, well, you listen. We're gonna. My butt hurts. You can ask these. I know you want these questions. Hold on. Nope. Now you want the questions. Come on. Let's get a few done.
Just one.
Just one. Okay, Gabby.
Just try one.
Let's see. Okay, guys, this is our Valentine's Day idioms quiz. And if you know idioms, expressions, things that we say to explain what we mean without having to extend, Here we go. What does it mean to have one's heart in the right place? What does it mean to have one's heart in the right place? Does it mean to have an honest conversation? Does it mean to have something memorized? To feel sad or unhappy? Or to try to do the right thing?
Try to do the right thing.
Excellent. All right, let's keep going. To have a heart-to-heart talk. To have something memorized, to not showing care for others, to have an honest conversation, or to change the way one feels.
To have an honest conversation.
We're pretty good at this. These idioms, huh? To cross one's heart means what? To To promise something is true. Not showing care for others.
The way one feels.
To change the way one feels. To cross my heart and hope to die. If I was to say, I cross my heart and hope to die.
To promise something is true.
To promise something is true. Excellent. Or what does it mean to change, to have a change of heart? What does it mean to have a change of heart, guys? To change the way one feels, being afraid or cowardly, to promise something is true,
to
or
change
to
the
deeply
way
hurt.
one feels.
Oh, okay. What does it mean to have a heavy
To feel sad
heart?
or unhappy.
To feel sad or unhappy. To know by heart. If I say I know something by heart, it means to have something memorized.
To try to do the right thing.
To try to do the right thing. So if I tell you, I know this by heart, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that means I...
Wait. Not showing care for others.
So if I was to say, I know this by heart, I know for a
to
fact.
have something
Memorized. I know this to be true. It is something that's memorized.
Chicken
what does it mean? To be chicken hearted. To be
afraid or coward. No.
To be afraid or coward.
To be afraid.
To be chicken hearted.
Katak, katak.
Because chickens always run.
Katak, katak.
What does it mean to have a heart
Not
of
showing
stone?
care for others.
Not showing care for others. What does it mean to lose one's
To
heart?
deeply hurt one's feelings.
To
fall in love.
I can see
To
that.
break one's heart.
I can see how you could think it would be to
deeply hurt
Yeah,
one's
one's
feelings.
feelings.
To break one's
to
heart.
break one's heart means to deeply hurt one's feelings. All right, guys.
I got 9 over 10.
Got 9 out of 10. Okay, close enough. All right, guys. We had a fun time with our idioms and expressions
Happy Valentine!
on our on Valentine's. Valentine's hearts, idioms, and expressions. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for all the questions. Via, it was good seeing you. Hope to see you guys again here soon. We'll post before we hop back on, and looking forward to see you again. Peace. Later, guys.